Hi everyone, I am Maggie of maggiesbliss.com. I'm just coming in impromptu, so I may or may not catch everyone live, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to ask me any questions if you had any, or at least if you want, you catch this later, just post the questions in this video post, and then you'll be able to get clarification. I'll go on live again, or I'll just shoot a post depending on what your question is, how elaborate. But I am coming live to chat with you guys about my two programs. I have two programs launching this year in 2020, and I wanted to come live to give you the clarification and to just let you know about 2020 and how this is your year. It's a 2020, right? So it's not only a 22 year, which is all about mastery. It's a 4 year because the 2 and the 2 add up to 4. And in numerology, which is something that we are going to be learning in my Mystic Soul program this year, and you're going to learn about your life path number. The number 4 is the foundation. It's balanced, right? Because you have it on all 4 sides. Whereas last year it was a 3 year. And although that somewhat gives you a little balance, you could be feeling a little topsy-turvy. And 3, of course, comes with it its own sacred geometry and its own magical significance, of course, which, again, we'll go over all that fun magic this year. But 4 year means, to me, that it, at its very basic description for you guys, the 4 year says it's balanced and it's your foundation, and it's going to give you that bouncing off point. So just like in yoga, when we think about building a pose, we need our foundation first. We need our grounding first, and then we can take off and, shoot for the stars. So if you're able to be grounded, which is what this entire year allows you to do, as well as shoot for your mastery, that's something to take advantage of, especially when it comes to when you're called to programs and different things that you want to learn. Like right now, we're still kind of feeling the Yule energy. So right now, Yule energy is going to assist you. The Yule energy, the winter solstice energy, and just being in winter, which is north energy, it's earth energy. So it's all about allowing you to rest. I'm going to do a little virtual smudge while I'm talking to you guys. Virtual smudge for you guys. I smudged already today. But it's just one of those days where you just need a little extra something. For me, white sage is the thing. White sage clears the air. It is antibacterial, antimicrobial, so it cleans the air, cleans your lungs. It will clear the air of all stagnant energy and all that negative energy. It just helps it remove from your system, from your space, from your aura. So you might be drawn to Palo Santo instead. White sage is like the one that if I had to think of which one first, that it would be white sage first, but everyone has the thing that calls to them. So I wanted to come in because when we're in this space, out of space, like this resting space, if you're like me with the Aries energy, you're feeling like I gotta do something and I want to be active, and there's that activity that can be happening inside too, of course, but what the Wheel of the Year and the magic of it does is it teaches us to honor the rhythms of nature and to find our rhythm within and find the natural rhythms of nature to help us tune in and ride those natural waves rather than shooting for something that may not be quite as in flow. So right now, winter is calling us to rest, integrate, to ponder what we're hoping to start growing. The fire within, right? Imbolc energy is coming on February 1st. So we're going to be learning about that. And then your, spring comes and then you blossom and you get active. And then summer's like, go, go, go. And then we do our shadow energy, our shadow work in Samhain, and just so many things. So let me start from the beginning. So as I was saying, I wanted to come in because this energy is very, can also come with it not feeling, maybe boredom. You might feel bored, like there's nothing to do, when really it's just, this is your permission to be. This is your permission to relax and rest. And just like Shavasana is your permission to rest in yoga, and any other, like this and entire season is just all about like, remember to rest and integrate. And then if you have things that are creatively a part of what you're wanting to create, you'll start to like ponder it, maybe work on some of the projects, but not maybe out there in the world just yet, until you start to blossom and come into Imbolc, and then spring and summer. But like maybe you've already done that work and you're actually in the middle of the action of something you've already created in the past now, which is totally cool. And then we have this energy that still says, take that time to rest. If we don't honor the natural rhythms that nature honors, nature's not doing much here in the northern hemisphere. It's saying, okay, now it's rest. But if we don't honor that, we're going to be exhausted when it's time for actually to be active. We're not going to have the right amount of energy to do the activity that we're meant to do, because we didn't take time to rest. Now, we have those moments throughout the entire year and every single week, but like we also have like this entire season that says rest. So honor those energies. So what's really cool about the Wheel of the Year is we ride those waves, and I'll teach you about the Wheel of the Year. Maybe I'll give you a different perspective if you already are in the know with Mystic Soul, the theme of Mystic Soul 2.0, because we did so much magic last year, which, by the way, all of those online classes that I did last year are ready for you to purchase anytime. So the classes now this year, we take it up to a new level, new learnings to assist you in your foundation of magic, and learning about the sacredness of magic, sacred circle protocol again. So like my Mystic Soul program, just so you know, the very first class that I offered last year in Mystic Soul is 2 to 3 hours. I'm offering that free for anyone who's signing up for Mystic Soul this year. Even if you didn't take it last year, it's going to be in your first classroom for February. I'm offering that because that's all about sacred circle protocol and honoring the magics, and give you like some of those basic things if we're keep us all on the same page. So that'll be a full class for you to enjoy, even if you sign up before we begin. So we're going to officially begin January 31st for Imbolc. Imbolc is officially February 1st, February 2nd. We're doing the actual live, in-person, and online Wheel of the Year for Imbolc on January 31st. So our first class will be January 31st, Friday, here in my space. 6:30 p.m. is when we will begin, and I'm also offering it online. So if you want to be in the class live, you can, even if you're local. Maybe like, I don't want to go outside, I just want to do my ritual in my private home and watch. So you can watch me and enjoy the class that way. I love doing classes like that too. And that's why I offer it this way, because I love it. So there's bound to be people who want to learn from me that also love it. But for the Wheel of the Year Sabbats, so those Sabbats that we celebrate, all of those will be live, in person, and online. So those particular classes are going to have that dual offering, and you don't have to be a part of Mystic Soul to take part in the Wheel of the Year rituals if you would like, whether it's online or in person. You can still just pay for those separately, and then you can just enjoy those if that's what you want to do. And if you want to continue with the entire month and receive your fullest benefit of just everything, you'll love it. Because although the Wheel of the Year is bringing in the 8 Sabbats, I'm bringing in goddess information for each of those Sabbats. In Imbolc, we're talking about Bridget and what she represents for Imbolc, the new beginnings, the fire energy, the light within, and your creation. So we're going to talk about that, about her, and align with the energies of that goddess. So I believe that we all have avatars, energies that align to the source creator, and there are so many. Now, you can just go straight to Source, or Source has provided us with many avatars and higher vibrational beings that will assist us in aligning with certain energy streams, and will assist us in raising our vibration, will assist us with aligning with maybe divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy, and like whatever, all of the many, many variations of energies that we want to align with: prosperity, upliftment, peace, connection to Source, career, love, and just psychic awareness. Like there's like so many variations that you can tap into with all of the energies that are available to us. Buddha with peace, and Lakshmi as prosperity. So I have already laid out all of the Wheel of the Year, your entire syllabus for the year of Mystic Soul. And in the Wheel of the Year, all the different 8 Sabbats will be going into, and the goddesses that we're going to tap into that energy. So that's your first class for each month. So we have 9 months. If you want to do 1 month and decide and go forward after that, you can do that. If you want to do all 9 months, you can pay up front for the whole 9 months, or you can just do monthly, your choice. If you sign up before February 1st, you'll be able to tap into tremendous savings for Mystic Soul, which is $49 a month. $49 a month instead of the regular $67. The regular $67 is still giving you tremendous savings. So here's what you get is your several classes a month. So you're going to get the Wheel of the Year and the goddess that we're going to talk about, the Sabbat and the goddess that we go into in that beautiful ritual. The next is we're going to be talking about numerology with our tarot cards. So we're going to learn all of the major arcana in tarot. A little, then there'll be a class on minor arcana and spreads, and what you want to do with that, either for yourself or others, both. So you're going to learn the different major arcana, and as you learn those different major arcana, you're going to also be learning about numerology, and then learning about numerology, what your life path is. The major arcana aligns with that. We have the hero's journey that we're going to go into, and numerology, those different cards, like I'm a 3 life path. If you add up your birth date all the way, hi Lori, I just happened to see you pop in. So you have your life path. When you add up your birth date, you reduce it all the way down until you get a single digit. Unless it's 11, 22, maybe even 33, then you'll have like dual purpose energy there, which we'll talk about. But you have a life path number. Mine happens to be 3, so that also aligns with the Empress in the major arcana of the tarot. So it'll be really interesting now, because we actually go through our own hero's journey, and the major arcana actually leads you on that journey. It's really cool. The symbology is very intricate and interesting to find out what that means to you. It's really cool. Also, like if you're local, side note, I'm doing on January 11th the healing event that I did like a little over a year ago now, and that was such a hit that we're going to do it again. And this time I'm also adding in tarot card readings / oracle channeling, whatever pops in. I'll be the one offering the tarot readings, but there'll be energy healers and a massage therapist. I'll finish it off like I did last time with a 20 minutes to 30-minute sound journey for everyone. Just to anyone who happens to stay till the end can enjoy that for free. So come enjoy if you're here on January 11th from 12 to 2:30. But anyway, so back on track. Life path, numerology. You're going to learn that with the tarot information. It's going to be really fun. And then your third class is, this is like, it's like a beast in itself in a majorly awesome way. Medicine Wheel Soul Coaching. If you've never done it, soul coaching is it's so simple and yet so intricate in how it helps you look at yourself. I love it. Every time I do it with a client, I'm being cleansed and cleared again on a new level. I've had clients retake it with me because they felt like they peeled away an onion layer within themselves, and they wanted to do it again and see what more that they could achieve from doing it again, and uncover something new since they are new. So it's really cool. We go, as I mentioned before, if you haven't watched the videos to describe that, we have There will be 28 weeks of that within the 9 months where we are doing something. Every single week will be something. So even though once a month we're talking about, or once every 7 weeks, we will have a discussion around the new element. So it goes into, like the wheel of the year, we have the medicine wheel. We're going to go into first air, which is the direction of east. And then we go to water across the way. Water balances air, air balances water. And so we'll do water for 7 weeks, which is emotions. So the air is the mental, and the emotions come up in water and all of that work. And then we flip to fire, really purifying and transformational is fire. So it's all about that element, right? So we go to fire, which is south, and then we bounce and finish up to balance that out in north. So and earth and fire are their balancing polarities, right? So I find it very cool and interesting how this is laid out, since every single week we'll have an exercise, something to ponder, something to really like work on about yourself. And within that program, there will be many meditations, exercises we'll do together, different tactile crafting, like soul crafting things that we'll do together that will help you do some fun things. Like there's this really cool thing that we do, spirit stick. When we come up with the spirit stick, it can have a certain theme, anything you choose, or it can be just with regard to growth. Someone had done that, the spirit stick exercise, and it was all about they wanted peace at home. There was fighting going on with the mother and daughter, and they wanted a little more peace and some sort of balance to come. So he did the spirit stick and just focused on his intention and that beautiful energy, and he finished the class, went home, and then it was just like things were being finalized and just completed as he was doing the spirit stick. Balance was being had. They were hashing things out themselves while he was doing the spirit stick. When he got home, like things were better. It's really neat. So what a part of this program is just all about teaching you that we do a lot of work in those higher dimensions and the higher reality, the 5D. We do a lot of energetic work there. Then we don't have to do as much physical work, because just like when we're trying to lose weight, right? We need to balance our diet and activity. And they say it's like 80-20, 80 diet, 20 movement. But it like, to me, maybe it's 65 diet, 35 movement, at least in my head. But we all have different balances. We all have different activity levels, and we have a different way of balancing out the food and the movement. So we have to find our balance there. With this reality that we're in, it doesn't always have to be hard and physical to get things done. It can happen up here, and do as much as you can up here, because it'll happen faster, it's smoother, it's flow, and then see what activity is like calling you within after you get a lot of that like energetic stuff done. So like that's going to be a part of the program. We're learning about like all of these symbols, calling in the 4 directions in earth, air, fire, water, spirit, calling in those, honoring those with symbols like crystals and essential oils for water, herbs and earth and fire. Anything that represents spirit to you, like a Buddha statue, or I have Isis back here. These elements call in the 4 directions, the 4 elements, the gateway, the guardians. It honors them, and it calls to your subconscious to be beyond the physical world. You know, these symbols, it calls for something more ancient than that, and it's a symbol to your subconscious to take action on something, to do something, to whatever that is happening within you. So there's like this dual process when you're doing that, where you're calling in the outside forces, but it's also honoring the inside forces and your ancient self, your past life self. It all comes to fruition in that way. So I'm going on and on and on. I was trying to make this a short video, but I really wanted you to get the fullness of what this is. The Medicine Wheel Soul Coaching is like, it's such a beautiful, powerful process and so simple. It doesn't always have to be hard. So it's really neat. So you're going to get those 3 classes a month, and then you're going to have at least 1 bonus class. Last year, I couldn't restrain myself. I had a lot of things that really needed to come out, so there was more than 1 bonus class in a month. So usually 2. I think 1 month had 3. I don't even know. It was fun. But so this year, I've so far decided definitely at least 1 bonus class a month with regard to anything yoga. Except for there's 1 month where I'll be doing runes. I think we're going to talk about runes. We're going to talk about, I believe pendulum will be this year, not next year, but we'll see. We'll see what pops in. Learning about the pendulum magic. So this year, I am going to offer you gentle yoga for the first month. I don't remember the order after that, but I do know vinyasa is somewhere in the summer because we're very active. So I thought active yoga. So vinyasa flow. There'll be kundalini yoga. We're going to do breath work and mantras. So that'll be really interesting. It's a way of just grounding the whole learning and just integrating it with yoga and those forms. Breathwork is powerful. Kundalini yoga incorporates everything, the chanting, the breathwork, the movement, and then you have just movement itself. So I'll also be doing the 5 Tibetans, which is the fountain of youth. Teach you about that if you don't already know. That'll be awesome. You're gonna love that too. So you have those 4 4 really cool classes, those magical classes each month. And then for the couple of months that do not have Sabbaths, there's like 2, I am offering you all 4 star rites. So you don't need to have had the Mune key rites from last year and in order to do the star rites. You can if you decide, and I can always offer that to you. Anyone who's received the rites from me already, you always gets them for free if there's space for them in the room, in the class. So you can always come back and re-receive if you feel like no, I just want to be in the energy, or I want to receive again. So there's that. But the star rites, there's 4 of them. And of course, anything I do has to include the below and the above, right? Because that's balance. That's the Hermetic principles. As above, so below. As within, so without. So we are doing a lot of our, down here grounded work with magic. And then we're also going out there to enjoy the star rites. We're going to connect to the Pleiadians, the Lyrans, and your soul's mission, your soul star. So there's 4 of those. So I know that 2 of the months that we do not have Sabbaths, I've included the star rites in those months. And then the other 2 will be in addition. So it's all laid out for you, like I said, online. The links are in this post. So you can check out the entire syllabus if it's calling to you. See if you resonate. You can just like read through and say, oh, she's doing that. Oh, that's what that meant. Oh, okay. So like sometimes the clarification helps. Me being here live, if you have questions, helps. So definitely the Wheel of the Year is in person or online, your choice. And then we have our other classes. So like I said, it's $49 a month for all of it. So you'll get the Mystic Soul See the Sacred certificate at the end of the year if you do all 9 months. And then you're also going to receive the 4 star rites. You're going to get the star rites certification that will enable you to offer star rites to other people if you receive all 4 star rites with me. So you'll be able to offer them to other people. You can take this learning and share it. This learning, all of it, it's not meant to just be held within you. Yes, you must do the serving of yourself first. Remember, as within, so without. So all that stuff that you do for other people, you have to do for yourself. All that stuff you do for yourself, you have to do for other people in your way. Maybe you don't do what I do, which is offer it to as many who will come for classes online or in person. Maybe you're called to just do it when the moment comes up, when someone enters your life. You're always doing this work just by example for your kids, for those in your coworkers, the people you come across in life. So it's how it's meant to be expressed through you, which is awesome. So just ask, how can I serve? And share. So you'll be receiving those 2 certificates. If you have questions on Mystic Soul, let me know. I love it, obviously. And then next year in 2021, I'll be offering it in a 12-month format instead of 9 months, because we needed to do full moon ceremony with all of the astrological signs. We're going to go into astrology next year as a part of the curriculum. So this year is beautiful foundation of magic. Last year we did a lot of foundation of magic and shamanism and learning the shadow work and Moon key rites. It was awesome. So please check that out if you're interested to do that. All of those classes are ready for you. They've been recorded, time outside of time, space outside of space, so you can do them anytime and feel the energy in your now moment when you are ready to receive. So same will go for this. All of these classes are recorded. You purchase them, you receive them, and you have them forever. So like I said, they're recorded. So if you can't attend live, you'll have the class. Most of the online classes I do, I can't attend them live. So I'll definitely have them the next day or the day after. And I'm very happy to be able to attend them in my schedule and just fit it that way. So now to my magical yoga teacher training. So I wanted a way to teach yoga to those people in a way that I enjoyed, which is infusing it with magic and all of that energy that feels more complete to me. So I created this curriculum with that in mind. It's a 200-hour yoga teacher training. You receive weekly classes in person with me on Wednesday nights starting March 4th. 6 p.m. is when we start, and we'll see where we go. 8:30-ish, 9, we'll see. It depends on what's happening and how much you guys already know, like as a class. It will be a small class format, which is great because it gives you more personal attention, right? You won't feel like you're not being heard. Everyone's going to be heard in this curriculum, in this class. You'll receive, you'll be able to, if you just want to come into this yoga teacher training and deepen your practice and just continue to feel the energy and do that, that's amazing and magical, and that's perfect for this kind of training too. Some people go into it not with the intention of teaching, and then they end up becoming a teacher. Other times they go into it with no intention of teaching, and then they stick with that. Other times people go into it with the intention of teaching and then realize they never wanted to teach it. They just wanted to learn it. You know, deepen the learning. There's always ways to find a deeper way of getting into the self and the learnings of all of that. So you'll have the ability to teach a vinyasa flow class if you'd like, a gentle flow class if you'd like, or anywhere in between in all the variations that works for you, and teach it in your way. So we're all unique beings, and we're going to have our own unique essence to our classes. So everyone who comes to your class resonates with you and your energy. Sometimes people come in to try and see if they resonate, and they don't, and they never come back. But they find a new teacher they do resonate with, and that's perfect too. They just had to like rule it out. That's you try, and then you find that right teacher. So usually, more often than not, you're coming in because something said, I need to go to that class. I need to take that class. I need to enjoy that teacher, that energy. This is the magic and the teachings and the learnings I need right now to raise my frequency, to uplift me, and perhaps I can serve others with that energy. So my yoga teacher training will assist you in teaching others if you'd like, or deepening your practice either way. You're going to receive asana learnings, of course. We have reading, there's homework involved, of course. You're going to have homework on different postures, and just it's fun homework because it's just about like your posture and anyway, all of that. Learn sun salutations, learn how to teach vinyasa flow and gentle, etc. Deepen your practice within your body at the same time, which makes you a better teacher because you've embodied it. As a part of the yoga teacher training, you're also going to receive learnings in that magical world, right? All about the magic. So I've embedded within my yoga teacher training the medicine wheel soul coaching that I mentioned in Mystic Soul. So Mystic Soul has it. My YTT has it. You decide. But same thing. We're going to have throughout that program, we're going to have one dedicated class of every 7 weeks for those elements. So you're going to learn and do those exercises as a part of your homework. So it's going to be pretty amazing. The medicine wheel soul coaching that I already talked about, by the way, so I don't want to like repeat the same thing. It has feng shui information in there for you. We're going to talk about that, and we'll talk about clutter clearing and clutter clearing your soul, the alchemy of clutter clearing energetically, as within, so without, right? If you clear the space around you, the energy is free and clear within you too. If you clear what's within you, you'll start to feel like you need to clear what's outside of you too. So like we will... the outside matches your inside, the inside matches your outside. So doing that's going to be magic too. So all of those wonderful, beautiful exercises of the medicine wheel soul coaching, the earth, air, fire, water, and the sacred altar setup will be a part of YTT. As I mentioned in my previous video, I figured out for me, I needed to have more magic in teaching yoga. I used to teach yoga 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes more. And I just show up with my mat and go teach the class. And then a few years ago, I started doing altars for every class that I teach because I could feel the energy better myself and teach a better class. And it's that true energy. You're calling in all of the elements, the guides and the spirit, angels, everything. And you're going to enjoy that energy. So when you come into my yoga class, you'll feel that difference of energy of what I bring. And I felt the difference. It made my yoga classes better for me and for my students. I have the oracle decks out. I love to offer like a quick message for people, and sometimes that's the best thing for them before they start class is to have that message. And then they can put on essential oils if they decide, and they'll have that just altar set up as something extra that helps them step outside of the mundane world and come into a more magical world, which is what really is here anyway. So that's what Mystic Soul is all about, and my yoga teacher training, which is to just get deeper into your sacred, deeper into the sacred energy that's there, always there, beneath the surface, untouched by the outer world, and also getting to know the rhythms of what is there and what's like way beneath the surface is light and love and purity. And then we have the currents that are always happening within people, energies, towns, cities, to get to know that energy around us. And the more we like get to know that energy, the more we're like, the more aware you become, more sensitive you become, but also just in an amazing way that really brings more fullness to your life. So if you've ever felt just kind of like life is lacking something, or that you're just like always in the mundane world, or if it's not depression, it's anxiety, yoga is going to get you there. My Mystic Soul program will get you there. My YTT program will get you there. It's all about tapping into that magic again and realizing that we're not just the mundane world. We are the 3D world, but we're also out here. We're like multidimensional beings. So embracing all of that magic, and the pranayama and the breath work you learn in my YTT is going to help with anxiety and depression, and it's opening your third eye and your psychic gifts too. Like, why not, right? It does some pretty amazing, wild and crazy things, and it helps us tap into our wild self. A lot of people who take YTT, so I've noticed this about like those really involved, well thought out programs in magic and yoga. You sign up and you're going in it and you do it. Transformations, there's no choice. You will be changing. Your energy is always moving and changing and shifting, and it's your choice. You can make it stagnant and tough on yourself or flow, and you're going to find the flow in my Mystic Soul program and my YTT. A lot of people go through some pretty amazing transformations during YTT, some that seem pretty dramatic or traumatic sometimes, but then you come back to the mat, or you come back to that magical class, and then you are still there. you're a soul going through this experience, you know, this human experience. We're multidimensional beings. So we have to find a way to integrate what's happening to us, find the tools and the magical energy that's around us so that we can make it through those tough things, make it through the challenges, through the depression, through the stagnancy, through the boredom, through whatever we perceive is happening, to find and see more truth to it and reveal, unlock our light, our soul within. So I'll be going into, we'll do mantras together in my YTT and breath work. We're going to have at least one class dedicated to anxiety and depression in yoga, and what are the right poses, postures, and things that you'll do for that. So that's going to be amazing. And of course, like I talked last year, I had several, every month was a crystal bonus class, and we talked about the different crystals that'll benefit you for anxiety and depression, which, by the way, lepidolite, lithium quartz. Lepidolite is number 1 for anxiety. Lithium quartz will help too. And lithium quartz and lepidolite, they are myconized lithium, is actually in your in those pills for depression. So it's in those stones. So those are some good ones if you need to take it easy right now. Amethyst is one of my go-tos, but that's like my stone, my totem stone. You know, the one stone that you can't resist buying? Yeah, that'll happen. And hi, Latoya, I see you. So yoga teacher training, we're going to go, we have 9-month dedicated energy for the YTT. So we'll start March 4th. We'll end official like live classes in October, sometime in October. If we have a snow day here and there, that'll happen. We'll just shift the schedule a little further out, but we'll finish around that time. But you have a full year to meet all of the other requirements within the yoga teacher training. You have all the homework that we'll be doing together. So that's much of it will be finished within those 9 months, but like you're required to have all registered. Yay, Latoya! I'm so excited. I can't wait. Latoya's all registered for Mystic Soul, so that's amazing. I'll be sending out, just so everyone knows, all who sign up, I'll be sending out your welcome email before we begin, of course, January 31st. I will be sending it out soon, so I'm going to be setting that up, hopefully in the next week or 2 at the most, but I'll be sending that out so that you guys can, at least, if you haven't watched my very first class last year, that's one bonus class you're getting this year, is to watch that first class of Sacred Circle Magical Protocol. So you'll get that. And you'll have the login for the classroom. You'll have your class notes and all of that. Same for my YTT. So with the YTT, you're required to also do your practice, which is 40 yoga classes within the full year. You don't have to do it within the 9 months of our live classes, but take that full year to get into all of your yoga classes. If you sign up before March 4th, you can start your 40 classes sooner and just get a jump on it. That's what I did when I did my YT. I'm like, I want to make sure I finish my 40 classes. I need to sign up now. So you'll be able to do your 40 classes at any of the approved yoga studios. So you can check with me on that. March 4th is our orientation night, so we'll talk about everything. But so the yoga teacher training, you get all of the yoga, the 200-hour yoga teacher training that I received. You're getting that, all of it, and the magical teachings, and the medicine wheel soul coaching. So it's like you're getting bonus on top of bonus. We are going to talk about Ho'oponopono, energy healing, sacred Kundalini energy, the symptoms, and what you can do about those symptoms when you're awakening. We're going to go into my sacred Kundalini awakening process to help you with that. So that's one of those magical healing classes. So there is much going on in my magical 200-hour YTT. I hope that you will enjoy that. You can read more about the YTT, what's the reading material that you need, on the link that's in this post as well. I know that we are going in, one of the required reading is Living Your Yoga. There's some homework with that one. There's also my 2 books, How I Found My True Inner Peace, and divine embrace. So we're going to be going into that, like the things I talked about with the Kundalini energy and sacred protocol, the sacred Kundalini awakening stuff, all that. It's in my books, so we'll be going over that. So that'll be awesome. All the magical information that we love to talk about, right? And then, of course, the Bhagavad Gita is in there. There are 2 yoga asana books to grab. And then you're going to get my really kind of too thick, in my opinion, manual. So I should make the font real small or something. But so you'll be getting that manual, which means it's comprehensive. You can get as much out of it as you'd like. If having the thick manual is too much, put it aside. Learn, like we all learn differently. I learn mostly visually, and sometimes it helps for me to close my eyes to learn something, and hear it auditorially. My daughter laughs at me. She's like, loves it when I make fake words, but they make sense to me. So that's good. Okay, so I want to make sure that I have given you as much as I can about those 2 programs. If you have questions, always let me know. You can reach out, even if you think it's a silly question, just ask. Let's see. Oh yeah, so just some cute things that pop in when I have a chance to remember. The YTT will also require at the end for you to offer 10 classes for free, which we call Karma Yoga. And that'll be a part of the requirement for the certification. But it can be with those people you're comfortable with. For me, like when I did it first. I did a few classes for my coworkers. We went outside. It was nice out, so we could do that. But then I also did it at a women's shelter. They actually made it a part of their program when I asked if I could teach to them, just gentle yoga. The women's shelter made it a part of the program. The requirement for them to be at the shelter is to take these 10 classes. And I made it very gentle. You're a battered woman taking a class. You don't want it to be too intense, especially if you've never done it before. So they came. Some were actually, I was shocked, kind of resistant to the process. They just showed up in jeans and sat there for a little bit. This is a little story for you. But then they kind of got into it. It's like you plant that seed. If they want to do it, great. If they don't, great. They're just not ready. Maybe they're not meant to do it right now, or maybe they won't. Who knows? But then they got into it because I made it gentle. I made sure there was a time for good meditation in Shavasana. But they really enjoyed the meditation, a little bit of the soothing breath work. So I didn't do anything intense like breath of fire. We did maybe Ujjayi breath, which is ocean breath, and then just deep cleansing breaths other than that. So we would go into that. LaToya said, the universe will align so I can do YTT. Yes, it will, LaToya. And so it is, so shall it be. So I offered this to them, and at the end of the program, they didn't want it to end. They had really transformed, and it really helps them. So I hope that they were able to take that and continue the yoga practice in whatever way resonated with them after. So 10 classes is a good foundation for them to choose that path, or choose to continue, see what they resonate with, and like maybe just exposing to that energy help them decide there's more to life. I don't know, I wanted it to be at a place where I could feel like it held meaning, and anywhere you do it, it holds meaning. So, and I was drawn to do it at a women's shelter for that. So that's where I did that. You might just find a studio that is willing to offer you to teach those 10 classes. Like there are many, and then they just call it community yoga, and they may or may not charge them. And maybe what you do is, if you're going to charge them, maybe it's only $5 per person, and that money goes to a donation, a charity. So that way it's still karma yoga. You're still doing it as a part of your class, your curriculum, and you're offering it like some extra bonus to a charity of your choice. So like I said, you can gather friends, do it at a shelter, do it at a studio, do it at a church, wherever, like whatever you're called to do. So that'll be a fun thing to like just ponder through your training. So the yoga teacher training is really beautiful, and transformations are going to occur no matter what. It just helps you dive deep into self, as well as like getting outside of yourself too, and like, where can I give of service? So it's really cool. So Magical YTT, 200 hours, sign up by in bulk February 1st, and receive $150 off. Right off the top. There's a payment plan option where you can put the deposit down and then pay one payment per month until you're paid off. So that's an option. And then you have, we begin March 4th, making sure Mystic Soul, you know that you have till in bulk as well to receive the discount of $49 a month. Or it goes to $67 a month. And then we begin January 31st for classes with that. So that's going to be awesome. So even if you sign up in the middle of the month, like you decided I couldn't sign up on January 31st, I couldn't get into the live class, whatever, maybe you couldn't do it until mid-February, start mid-February, you'll have the classes recorded, and then you can go. But decide what resonates with you, what's feasible for you. You can do monthly, pay in full, all like different payment options. So go to the individual page links that I have in this post to help you learn more about each of the programs and see if it resonates. If you're feeling the energy calling you, you're going to do it. Eventually you're going to do it, right? Something says, I'm doing it. Like for me, like with Moon Key, I knew I needed to do it, and it was a gentle nagging, and that's usually what your spirit guides do. Okay, Moon Key, there it is again. Oh, she's seeing it again. She's thinking about it. And then they just help you think about it more and more, and then it just comes to a point of like, I need to do this, and I need to find a way, and that's it. Like when you start to try, if you just have the effort of trying rather than just, I'm just going to be here. If you have just a little effort of trying and reaching for that thing, having that small the mustard seed, right? The small bit of belief that you'll get there and you'll achieve it, you will. And do your intentions and decide what feels right. What feels right to you. Like the only people joining my programs will, of course, be the ones that are meant to join, the ones that resonate with the energy, the ones that are meant to receive the magic of that program, the learnings and the energy that I would bring into it, and whatever I'm meant to say, do, be. If you're not drawn to it, you won't sign up. I'm of that belief of just making sure that like, I'm not going to push anyone into anything. Just like relationships, I don't want to push someone to be with me. It's you either want to be with me or you don't. You either want these classes and you feel the calling, or you don't. So you'll start to feel it. When you feel the calling, then you can say, okay, universe, if I'm meant to take this, help me find the way. So bring me the money, as they say in Jerry Maguire, show me the money, right? But that's all you have to do, right? It sounds simple, but it's also a dedicated practice to your energy, your intention, and like that magic, like law of attraction's great, manifesting's great if you stick with it. If you don't stick with the energy of it, it can fizzle. So if you do your intentions in the morning and you meditate and you're like, yes, I feel this energy, it's so good. And then you go throughout your day, maybe even immediately something happens and you're like, F it, I'm done. Like you're already back to negative talk, negative self-talk, or negative out loud talk, however it is. You just shifted all that energy to the opposite. So like that's how we sabotage ourselves a lot, because we just first we're like, yes, and then we're like, no, and then we're like, should I don't know. Like we get down on ourselves a lot, but then it's like, no, we need to lift ourselves up. What I found is often before anyone else lifts me up, I had to lift myself up first. I had to strive for it. Like that song by Pink I just heard, so I'll bring it up. Love that song, Try by Pink. Turn it on YouTube and start to manifest listening to whatever music is the thing that says yes to you, and makes you just get energized and want to like bounce out of your chair and do the thing. But getting energized for the thing that you really want because what you desire is what you're meant to do. The tagline that I've always had, my mantra on my website is follow your bliss. It's your spiritual compass. And it truly is. What you're meant to do is what you're desiring. What you see in others that you long for is a part of probably your soul's path. So like that thing, if you're seeing it in others, it's because it's in you. So start to like see that, oh, that person has the thing that I really want, or that energy that I really want, or that like lifestyle I really want, or the job I really want, like that. Tap into the energy of it. Of course, don't take the energy of it from someone, because that's instead what we're trying to do is tap into the energy stream that they've tapped into and say, okay, they've done it and I'm seeing it, so I'm aware of it, which means the possibility of it, the potential is in me too. So then we say, okay, shift that energy within you, tap into that energy stream of what you see, like start to see it in yourself, and you start to really manifest and create your reality. It's really cool. So, shooting for the stars, reach for the stars. Your wish is your command, right? It's up to you. The universe is inside you and outside of you. Everything exists within you and outside of you. The truth is in there. And what my programs will do is help you see the truth in your soul. It's your heart and soul too. So it'll reveal more of that. Like we go through life and then we realize these programs and whatever we're doing through life, we start to actually uncover and like carve away a lot of those things in our life that were like hiding what's really there, the truth within. So it's just like shifting your perspective, right? And Wayne Dyer wrote it in his book, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. So you're going to shift your energy with your choice. And then the energy ripples outward to the universe and it starts to fuel your aura, your energy, your reality. Things start to shift, even subtly or in big ways. Little steps will truly create big ripples. So start now. It's a new year, and hopefully you'll sign up for one or even both of my programs, whatever you resonate with, and receive this magic. And so now, any questions, let me know. Post in this on this video if you want. You can either Instagram me, Facebook message me, you can like email me, whatever works. Use my contact form on my website, maggiesbliss.com. So if you have questions, let me know and I'll help clarify anything for you. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. It's Friday while I'm recording this, so TGIF. And I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Blessed be.